Football is unbelievably important because it helps me forget what I've been through.
Zaher al Hazwani from Syria has been living in a home for asylum seekers in Berlin for around 5 months. Al Hazwani is an opponent of the Assad regime, and like thousands of others, he had to flee his homeland. He risked his life to get from Turkey to Greece, and then made his way through the Balkans.
I don't like talking about what happened on the trip, especially on the boat. It reminds me how close I was to dying. Everything could have been over in a second. Months of effort would have been in vain. I don't want to think about any of it anymore. The difficulties we had in Hungary, running away from the police because we weren't registered.
Mustafa Gumrok is also originally from Syria. He's lived in Berlin for more than 40 years, but he still feels connected to his homeland. In a local cultural center, he takes care of Syrian refugees. He also founded a football team for them, Syrian SV.
The images on TV were difficult for me to take. It's tough to see your own people fleeing violence and risking their lives. Of course that hurts. So I said, these refugees, my people, need support. And because I believe that's the case, I also said sports are the only way to give these people something that will help them forget their everyday reality.
Al Hazwani now also plays for Syrian SV. While fleeing to Germany, he had to make do without his hobby for 6 months.
It was like a suicide of the soul, not playing football for so long. In Berlin, I immediately looked around, and thank God my cousin was a member of Syrian SV and took me along.
Al Hazwani now has a game almost every weekend in Gumrok's team. Gumrok is proud that Syrian SV have made it to the district class of the German Football Association.
Sporting achievements are a way of gaining recognition in this society. If someone's a good footballer, no one asks whether he's Syrian, Egyptian, or Palestinian.
Today, Syrian SV are taking on SG Medizin Friedrichsfelde. The team gets some final tactical instructions, then it's out on the pitch.
For me, playing football for this team is as important as eating and drinking. It changed everything for me. When I arrived in Berlin, I was alone. Here I have friends. We've become a great team. Everyone's cut from the same cloth.
The Syrian SV starting 11 come from various regions and social classes, but they all share the experience of being asylum seekers. That, together with their love of football, binds them together.
When we're playing as Syrian SV, I feel like I'm back home, where I used to play on the streets of my neighborhood.
All religious and ethnic groups play together in this club, Christians, Sunnis, Kurds. That's something great for Syria, for Berlin, and for the rest of Europe.
And as all the other teams in the district classes are finding out, Syrian SV are no pushovers. They've earned their opponents' respect.
They're all fair, they're enthusiastic and good sportsmen.
They're very ambitious. We're just out to have a good time, but you sense their hearts are in it, even though it's just another Saturday match.
But before the Syrians could take to the pitch, Gumrok had to wage some hard battles with German football bureaucracy. In order to get permission to play in the district class, they had to submit proof of their status as players from Syria.
They have to send lists with names and birthdays. That's dangerous with the situation in Syria the way it is right now.
eine gefährliche Situation. Denn die Geheimdienste, wenn sie so einen Namen kriegen,
if the secret police get hold of the names and know that someone has fled to Germany,
dann werden sie seinen Namen erstmal.
His relatives are in danger of being arrested or even killed.
Sind in Gefahr, verhaftet zu werden, getötet zu werden.
Al Hazwani and his teammates are part of what's becoming a Syrian-German football subculture. And they have a role model to look up to. A player who came to Germany with his Syrian refugee parents 10 years ago and is now a star midfielder for Borussia Mönchengladbach.
Mahmoud Dahoud is a really great player. I've seen lots of his games. He did what we all want to do. He achieved his goal. All the hardships I've been through are motivation to keep battling until I've realized my dream.
Syrian SV beats the team of Germans from Friedrichsfelde 4-3. It's a small victory, but one that symbolizes these men's return to a semblance of normality.